How are we doing there, superstars, and welcome to the very first day of the Earth date, March 2008. This is Project Bluestar, running from the year 2000 to 2012, and you're on board the spaceship Earth 1. This is the Druid ship, and we're hovering in deep space, keeping an eye on the sky as the planet goes through unprecedented climatic variation. And we're also going to cross down very shortly to Earth Sanctuary World Nature Centre and to see what our team was getting up to on this beautiful day. There's been some interesting unfoldments, one of which was the Team 144 Milikom Security culmination on the venue they looked after for 3.5 years in their acclimatisation training in dealing with human consciousness as well as intoxication. That's a bit of a cracker. Also this week's been a cracker in rounding up our emergency management paramedical studies, which has been fantastic after 3.5 to 4 years, and it's allowing much more time now to get onto the project and climatic change and getting the consciousness of the human inhabitants up to speed to adjust and change. For further news on today's events, we encourage you to get onto milikom.com and find out the further detail of what's been happening around the planet. As per usual, you can be sure that more climate hardcore events have been occurring. The first of which we go to Argentina, where continuing heavy rain and floods have been battering the region, where thousands of people have been forced to move, and again, displacement is a key issue of the time that we're dealing with. Further news is another earthquake of 5.7 magnitude, this time occurring in the southern East Pacific Rise, and 5 to 6 to 7 magnitude earthquakes are occurring quite consistently at this time of year. Further news, we go down to volcanic activities we've seen over the last week in Hawaii as more lava continues to flow out. This is one of the largest volcanic regions on the planet, and concern is raised, particularly any volcano of this size, where there's over thousands around the Pacific Rim of fire. If Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa goes off, it's been renowned in previous eruptions to cover the Earth with 1/3 of volcanic ash, and it blocks sunlight to the planet, causing major disruption to our farming industry and to human health. Further news, we go down to this time in parts of Russia, where we look at cyclone activity and hurricane winds occurring, and more severe winds in the northern hemisphere after fairly treacherous cold weather has been hitting parts of Greece and the United States and China. Finally, we look at an article here released fairly recently in the year 2007, explored on the fairly large international media program network CNN, where they looked at the UFO disclosure and looked at some fairly interesting accounts given by Air Force and military ex-governmental personnel who have become fed up with holding information back from the public as they have been exposed to fairly revealing accounts on extraterrestrial activity, civilization, and also technologies which can assist the human race to adjust in these times of unprecedented climatic variation and social unrest. As we said earlier, guys, check out that news on milikom.com.
Okay, superstars, let's cross down to Central Australia and join all three of us, a rare occasion, Benny, Danny and myself, as we clock off after a big day in the ambulance centre and make our way towards the Ozzie rules football ground of the Australian desert as two AFL teams strut their stuff. It's a bit of a rare event, but what never leaves our mind as we check these places out and see human beings from around the world is what is the human race doing when it comes to making the necessary adjustments to combating the threat of extreme climate change. Is the human race prepared to transform its economy and introduce long-term and sustainable measures to better manage human affairs? It's very difficult to know. And what have I got to say about it?
It's game on. It's game on.
Anyway, guys, it's as we have the solutions, the hemp industry awaits, free energy awaits, extraterrestrial disclosure awaits. Can people transform human laws to ensure that we can change quick enough to simply survive?
There folks, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. It's the wonderful first day of March 2008, and here I am at the wonderful Milikom in the heart of Central Australia, where our wonderful security team 144 Milikom Security looked after from 2003 right up to the nearly the parts of 2006. There's thousands of people here tonight. It's rounding up. It's going to be the end of their licence for this time, and I'm just reminiscing on the superstars of our team of nearly 25 personnel who looked after it over recent years, and it's been a cracker and a wonderful learning experience in dealing with human behaviour, which not only exists here in the microcosm but the macrocosm of planet Earth. So Malanka, Team 144 Security, Danny, Joey, Benny, you guys know exactly what the reality is here. It's a wonderful night to say see you later, and here's to new things. You beauty. Woohoo! How we doing there, boys and girls? And it's now around about 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in the Red Centre. I'm at the ambulance centre. It's been a very interesting day. Nothing too crazy going on after a night checking out the old night spot for Team 144 Milikom Security. It was wonderful to catch up and see what was going on there, and see the ducks and nuts of Alice Springs come out in style. There's lots of events here in the Red Centre over this coming weekend. We've got to get home now, and I'm going to interchange with Benny and Danny, who are going to look after the night shift, where there'll be a rodeo going on tonight, as well as a few other events in Alice Springs. As for me, I'm going to get back to the Earth Sanctuary and upload a bit of news from around the world, get on to the other picture of climatic variation. Hope you guys are well and smiling. All is good anyway from here. Just had a gentleman with sepsis, and the vast majority of Aboriginal people, particularly here in the Red Centre, pass away from sepsis, which is effectively the byproduct of a very poor living environment and poor state of health, and their body breaks down. So that's a reality for here, and it's also a bit of a reminder for the advent of climate change. Should these conditions and planetary conditions worsen, disease is one obvious factor that comes as a byproduct of flood and fire and earthquake and the rest of it. Although the initial inundation, the initial event itself can kill many people, it's the aftermath due to the disease that kicks in that most people seem to perish. So sepsis is a bit of a reminder, and seeing it is a bit of a learning experience in itself. So anyway guys, we'll speak to you later. Ciao. Can't do much more than that.
Anyway folks, signing out for this beautiful day of the 1st of March. I hope you're all well and smiling and enjoying yourselves amidst this time of transformation, because that's what it's all about. It is indeed a time of celebration, and in spite of appearances, we are all on an upward spiral. Signing out for this day. We'll catch you guys in the next transmission. Ciao.